Alright gang, welcome back to our vanilla survival here on Osweiler. It is January. Wasn't a whole lot going on in December, so decided not to do a recording for the month of December, but we are here in January. Very little to do in January as well, but January is a big month for us because we are going to be able to sell all of the product that we've been storing here in the silo, which is going to be good, right? That's going to provide us with quite a chunk of change here, which is going to be much needed. So we'll start with the rye, I think. We need to see where rye is best to sell at. The price is dropping, so that's not great, but we can still get a better price than the average best at $271 at the wholesale market, which I don't know where that is. Okay, so it's up here. So this is going to be a different area of the map that we have yet to go to. So we'll head on out here, hang a left, and then follow this road. And then at the fork, last time we took a left to go this way. We're just going to go to the right and up and take another right. So let's head on up there and start to sell this, and we can kind of talk on the way there. So there was a recent update to this map. I'm hoping and praying that I don't accidentally update it, and we have the same issue again as we did in the previous map. I don't know for sure if that's going to be what happens if we do the update or not, but I'm very worried about it. I'm very concerned about it, so I'm doing the best I can here to try to not do that update. As I've mentioned many times before, sometimes when you're going through, you're just kind of hitting the buttons quickly, and sometimes you hit it a little bit too fast, and then you're doing the update that you didn't really want to do. On the way here, real quick, a lot of you correctly pointed out, and it wasn't something I was even thinking of because I've never done mustard. I really don't know anything about mustard and the growing of mustard, but evidently mustard is a cover crop, which I didn't realize that. So makes a lot more sense now, right? It makes a lot more sense that it is a cover crop, and that's the reason why it was not really showing up anywhere and wasn't allowing us to do a whole lot with it. So so we'll put something else in when the time comes. Right now we're in the winter months. Obviously there's nothing that can be planted right now, so we'll just let it continue to do its thing. Let it continue to grow, and it'll give us some extra fertilization on that field when it comes time for us to be able to drill it. So with something else. Anyway, how's everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing well. Things are good, man. Things are good. Bit of a... It's not really a spoiler, I guess, but kind of a spoiler. I think I've figured out what the next series will be for this replacement. As we've talked, I'm just going to take a shortcut through here. Waffle and donuts, I hope you don't mind. I'm taking a shortcut. But I think we figured out what we're going to replace this with whenever this series comes to an end. As I mentioned, this is supposed to be a very small series, 15, 20 episodes, something like that. So we don't have a ton of time in this series, which is a bit unfortunate, but I do have a replacement for it. It is something that was recently discussed and went through with my members. They do get one extra video a month for supporting me in the channel. And normally, what we like to do in those member videos is kind of go through some different ideas that are in my brain, or I've wrote down on paper, or different challenges, etc., series, whatever it may be. The one I came up with seemed to be very... a lot of people were very excited about it, and I think it's going to be a good one. So we will more than likely do that. Not going to give anything else away other than that, so it's not that big of a spoiler. Just the fact that I do know, I think, what is going to replace this one when the time comes. Okay, so this is going to be an okay amount of money, which we really do need. But it's not going to be anything crazy, right? $4,640. All the stuff that we harvested, they're not really the highest grossing crops, right? So we're not going to get a ton of money out of all of these, but we should be well above 20 grand, I would think, somewhere around the range of 23,000. That was my guess of where we're going to be at with the remaining things we have to sell. Now, granted, maybe I might keep a little bit of the wheat behind because we can use that for the chickens, right? More than likely, I'm going to be doing that. But otherwise, everything else we're gonna sell. So we've got to make a couple of trips to do this. Now, the next thing I think we're going to be selling. Let me get on a straight road here. I probably shouldn't do this, but we're going to go for it anyway. The next thing we have to sell is barley, I think. Yeah, barley. So that is going to be going to either the fast food diner or the wholesale market, which is just where we just were. The fast food diner looks like it's a little bit closer, so we'll probably go to that one. That'll also give us a little bit more... actually, I think that's right across the street from the shop. I was going to say that'll also probably give us a little bit more of a view of the map specifically, right? I'm not sure how far we'll be able to expand out with such a short series, but driving to all these different sell points and things like that, we're certainly going to be able to come across some things for sure, right? We're going to see some stuff that we haven't sold yet. So, but yeah, hopefully everyone's well, man. Things are cruising along here, man. I'm barley, perfect. Things are cruising along here, man. We're cruising along. That's. I mean, I just said that, but it's the truth. That's what we're doing, man. We're just another day in paradise, baby. Or living the dream. Whenever I go somewhere and somebody asks me how I'm doing, I always say I'm living the dream. And then I'm saying it depends on what kind of nightmare my dream is today, but I'm living the dream. No, work's a nightmare, of course, but this is fun. This is all fun. Anyway. Competitive one-tile challenge. A lot of good stuff happening in that series. A lot of good stuff happening. I think I scared the poo-poo out of Crustu and Rusty Money Gaming a bit with my BGA, because not very long after, Rusty had put down his BGA, and Crustu has already talked about it, so I think I scared the poo-poo out of them when I put that down. I think they were really concerned that I was going to get really far ahead. So, we'll see. I also... well, I shouldn't say anything because this is going to be out before the next episode of the Competitive One Tile Challenge. So we've already recorded the one that will be released on Thursday this week. This video should be coming out on Tuesday, I think. So we've already recorded the Competitive One Tile, and it's already uploaded for my members to watch early if they want to on Thursday. I was going to say something that was going to spoil that, so I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to spoil it for all of you, so I'm not going to do that. We are going to be way off what I said. I'm always wrong. So there's just another part for the course there. We are way off, 18,582, and we only have a tiny bit of wheat that we can really sell. So we are not going to make anywhere near the amount of money I was hoping for, which is a shame. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. All right, we're back here now. One thing we might end up doing, I looked in the used market there briefly. One thing we might consider doing, and I think we're going to, because it's going to help this series out so much, given the situation that we're in. There is a nice Zator out here for 63,816. 171 horsepower. It's a little bit less than what we have. It's about 50 horsepower less than what we're currently utilizing. But money-wise, it will reinvigorate the amount of money we have significantly. Now, what would we do with that money? Well, more than likely, we're probably going to buy some more equipment type of stuff, because really, that's our problem. We don't have a ton of equipment, right? We really don't. We've got our harvester. We have a sprayer now. And the loading wagon, forage wagon, sorry. And our drill. That's all we got, right? We don't have anything else. So there are definitely other things we could utilize. Speaking of that, we've got some straw in there we can sell too, so we'll sell that as well. But we definitely could utilize a little bit more of that money. So I'm considering switching tractors, even though we started with this one and I really like this tractor, and we haven't used New Hollands all that often. It just, from the perspective of, it being a shorter type of series, I think it just makes a little bit more sense. I don't think we need 225 horsepower. I think that 170-something horsepower will be plenty for everything we're going to do. Maybe it won't, though. What's our drill? Let's see. Wait a minute. Let me look at the drill here. 180. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe not. This is 171. It's got the dual wheels on it, though, and it also has the Pro Compact on it. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I'm with this wheat. I'm just assuming I'm going to the same spot. I'm tempted, man. I'm really tempted to go ahead and just to buy that. That would be a pretty big help, I think. 406 wholesale market. All right, we'll go the long route. Anyway, we've got hills, right? We've got some pretty severe hills, so maybe not the smartest thing to do, since it would be less horsepower than is required. I think it might struggle a bit. Well, I'll tell you what, we're not going to be doing anything with it today. So what I'll do is I'll put it to you. Do you think I should make that upgrade or not? Should I switch out? Well, upgrade. It's a downgrade technically, but it's an upgrade to our bank account. Do you think I should switch the New Holland for that Zator in the used market, or do I keep the New Holland? You let me know down below. Yeah, let's put it to you. Let's see what your thoughts are on that, because I'm kind of back and forth on it. I could see positives and negatives there. Big time positive is the bank account being able to buy some more stuff. Negative obviously would be just the amount of horsepower that we have. Considering the severe hills we have, it might be a bit of a problem for us when it comes to drilling. Shouldn't be a problem everything else. It might be a little slower for us to be able to move around. But you know, not anything that's gonna. It's not gonna struggle with this. That's the actual turn. Not going through the waffle and donuts. It's not really going to struggle with this trailer. It's not the biggest trailer in the world, so it should be fine with this trailer. It did have dualies on it, though. I don't think I'd want dualies. Maybe I should have the dualies, though, since we have such a severe hill. It probably would be smart for me to have those dualies, but it's going to be difficult to drive that through the city without running into traffic, although traffic's been very light today. I haven't seen a whole lot of traffic yet. Yeah, we'll hold off on buying it. I will put it to you and see what your thoughts are. I'm good either way, right or wrong. If you think we should do it or not, I'm gonna do whatever you guys say. Well, yeah, I'm gonna do whatever you guys say. It should be yeah. This should work out right, because this next episode for this series should be Friday. Yeah, so there'll be at least 2 days between, which is good, right? I'll at least get if you make a comment a little bit later on, after the episode's been out. Obviously, I won't be able to take that one into account, but if you do it, if you make a comment the same day that it's released, I should be able to accommodate that, I think. In other words, what I mean by that is I should not have another episode of this recorded at that point, so I can actually take it into account. The difficulty comes with a lot of the times I record stuff early, because I have to. Whenever I have a day where I don't have a ton going on at night, I try to get a couple done. Just because life gets in the way, work gets in the way, lots of things, as I've mentioned many, many times. Alright, so we're going to bring this back, we're going to drop this off, then we're going to pick up the forge wagon, we're going to figure out where we're going to go sell this straw at. Now, that straw's not going to make us a ton of money, right? It's just, we might get $500 out of that if we're lucky. But, it's extra money, right? And that's something we need right now. Consider getting rid of that forage wagon too, but I mean, we're going to need it because we're kind of doing all those cereal type of crops right now, so we're going to have more straw. So probably doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for us to get rid of that and then just buy it back again later. Well, I don't think that really is the way to go. I suspect there's no contracts out there at all. There's cultivating contracts and a plowing contract. Okay. All right, straw. We've got 11,000 liters of straw. It's actually a lot more than I thought there was in there. Still, it's not going to make us a ton of money, but... Cafe Sell Point. They're going to get a heck of a lot of straw right now, wherever that is. Okay, this is a new location. It's over here by the waffles. All right, well, back we go. I'm just going to leave that gate closed for right now. I'm going to go over here. Alright, that's all done. Like I said, we don't have a ton left to do, so we need to look at those contracts again. I want to see how large they are. If they're huge, I don't really want to do those. I think it's just going to take too long. we're going to have an hour and a half long episode at that point, and it's just going to be from a contract perspective, and I don't think, this is just probably me, I did this completely wrong, but anyway, I don't think, you know, watching contracts the entire time is that enjoyable for most people, probably. Maybe it is, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I guess it's kind of the same thing as if I was doing it on my own fields, but it just feels a little different, right? I don't know how much this is going to accept. 954. So not much. I thought about selling that too, but I don't think we're going to. I kind of really like this. I don't really want to get rid of it, but it was worth looking to see how much it's worth. It's worth a decent amount of money. All right, so we'll drop that off there. All right, let's look at the contracts again. I'd love for there to be a spraying contract of some sort out there. I doubt it, but I would love to see one. The other thing I was thinking about potentially is I don't think we need every single tree that is here on this yard. I really like all the trees surrounding everything, though, so I'm having a hard time accepting the fact that let's just get rid of some of these trees, right? I mean, we could try that, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to. If I was to get rid of anything, it'd probably be this tree on the corner here. I don't think I want to. Okay, so let's look at the contracts. All right, so we've got this one. That's not terrible. 2.7 acres. It still will take a while, but it's not terrible. Although by the time we consider the amount of money we're going to pay to borrow that equipment, we're only really getting ourselves $1,500, almost $1,600. It's not a ton of money. This one, it actually is less to do it. It's only $640. Why is this one more expensive? Is that a bigger tractor or something? It has to be. But the plow's not bigger, is it? All right, hold on. Or the cultivator. All right, let's look at these really quick. So the one is definitely that one, and the other one is this one. They're both 6 meters, so I guess it doesn't really matter. They both go 9 miles per hour, so to me, it seems like it doesn't even make a difference which one you pick. I don't know why this one would be cheaper, though. Let's go look at those fields. How big are the... I mean, it says 8.72 acres, but how big is it truly, right? Wait, 29. 29 is right here near us, actually. Oh, yeah, that's a big field. That's a really big field. That will take a long time to do. Not that I'm against doing it, but I don't think that's the smart play. But the other one, I just feel like we're not making enough money for what we're doing. 67. See, that's a small field. I mean, I guess that's the bonus there, right? It's a small field and it's only 1,500. Let's do that one. Let's do it. Borrow items. The Puma 260 is pretty nice. This case is nice. It's a nice tractor. Oh, there's a weight. All right, let me put the weight on. I didn't even see that. It was in the menu. I saw it in the menu, but I didn't even. I already forgot about the weight. Moved on. Okay. Am I even going to be able to hook that up? I guess so. I guess there's enough room back here. All right, how do we get here? I don't even know how I'm supposed to get there. Down to here, over here. No, I already lost myself. Over to here. And then how do I get, I guess up here? I guess? Yeah, and then take this track into here. Or that one, either one. Okay. Alright, I think I got it sorted out. So, we'll turn right again, follow this road until we get to this track that kind of runs at a Y angle. Then hang a right, and then hang our first left, and it'll take us right to it. All right, we're nearly done with this field. About 91%, well, not even about, we're at 91% complete. 92% now, as the time of this talking. And we got a little bit left to do here, and then we will be done. This will get us to the amount that I was hoping to get from our harvest, though, so that's a good thing, right? It's going to get us right around that $23,000 range, which is really what I wanted to be at. So slightly less than that, but it'll get us pretty close. So I'll be very happy about that. And yeah, should just be a few more passes here and we will be done with this contract. Worked out pretty well. Not the fastest thing in the world, but cultivating normally isn't. It's not a terrible cultivator. I don't 100% hate it, but I don't love it either, if that makes sense. I don't like how long it is. And I think that's based on the roller, what's the name of it? Now I'm blanking on the name. But the roller portion on the back, that's the real reason why. The actual cultivation is up there. It's just a little bit more difficult to maneuver, especially when we were down there around those trees. It was a little more, difficult to maneuver that. That's really the only reason why I don't like it. But overall, it's not bad. I absolutely could utilize this and would utilize this in a series. Can you please get off the line? Thank you. Had a lot of issues with that, where it's like, I picked up the actual cultivator at this point, but it's still locked onto the line, the steering assist line. So, all right, that is done. So we can go ahead and jump out of there. I'm not going to do the other field, although it's tempting, right? That field it would just take us way too long to do. And we really don't have time to do that right now. So we'll go ahead and complete this. Perfect. Puts us at 22,930, which is exactly what I said. We were going to be really close to 23, but just slightly short. And yeah, that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like, subscribe button on the case you've yet to do so. They're free. They help me a ton. Thanks to my members. I cannot thank them enough, as mentioned earlier on. There's a link down below if you're interested in seeing this video early, or videos like this one early, including the competitive one-tile challenge. My second channel link's down there. My Discord link's down there. Everything you need down below. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. And I'll see you next time.